start of the school year is very close for so many students in our area. And when it comes to getting ready each day, it can be stressful. Boys can get a simple haircut, but for us ladies, things can get a bit more challenging for parents. Sandra, you're with a hair scientist to teach us hair do's and don'ts for the new school year.
That's right. Erica Kane is back. She is the hair scientist. We're so glad to have you back here with us again.
Thank you for having me.
You know, this is the conversation that families are starting to have, right? At home, we're inching closer and closer to the start of school. Tell us, you know, when it comes to hair, what we need to start thinking about right now.
Well, first, because it's after the summer months, we want to make sure that we're using a clarifying shampoo to make sure we get all the chlorine, the sediments, and the debris out from the summer months of swimming and things like that. So we want to make sure that we're adding that moisture back with a deep conditioner as well for at least 15 minutes after the pool months.
It's interesting that you mentioned that because there's a lot of buzz, at least this weekend when I was online reading about deep conditioning treatments. I mean, right now, that's like what everybody is talking about when you're talking about getting ready for back to school. So aside from a good clarifying shampoo, because there is a lot of gunk that gets in a child's hair, or especially over the summer months, what are some other things we need to be thinking about as we prep?
We need to be thinking about the tools that we're going to use and what type of styles are we going to use for the school year. Styling could be more of the hassle than actually getting the hair done because everybody's so picky nowadays and there's so many trending styles.
So let's start with the tools. What do we need to get to be prepared?
Different tools bring different results. So we always want a detangling brush. We want a hard brush. This is going to be good for sculpting, you know, making sure we pull that ponytail tight. And we want this
like a good bristle brush.
A great bristle brush. And then we need a softer one too. This is just going to promote growth, stimulate the scalp, and promote the hair to grow.
And it's also good too to maybe try out a couple of different things, because I know some little ones will like a particular brush and other ones you don't want to get into those fights in the morning where, you know, they're
some
screaming
brushes,
at the top of their
exactly, because some brushes are harder than others, so this one may be softer when this one is harder, so then you can kind of gauge what your child is liking.
Yeah, and that's a good segue into some of the hair do's and hair don'ts. What are some of your big hair don'ts?
Don't stress about anything when it comes to the hair.
Easier said
Stressing
than
is,
done.
I know, stressing is kind of what makes it complicated. Don't put a lot of heavy products in because you want to be able to transition the style. Sometimes you don't have a lot of time to wash, so using less products means that you can take out the style and add another style without having to wash.
And you brought a couple of other things here with you this morning, elastics. I mean, when you talk about the ouchies, right? Again, I'm all about trying to prevent those early morning battles, you know, over hair as you're trying to get kids to the bus stop and, you know, to school on time. Is there a particular brand that you like better than another when it comes to kind of preventing that?
I wouldn't say brand, but I would say different type of things. So like here, we have a tighter, smaller rubber band. This is going to add more tension on the hair.
Okay.
This is going to get a tighter pull. This one here is just like a hair tie. You could put this in different colors. So this one's can add more styling, more things, and it's less tension, but it's still just as tight. And then we also have a satin wrap. These ones are low tension, less pulling on the hair and less ripping out. So these ones tend to be a little bit better, but it doesn't last more on the style versus these two.
What would you suggest to, I think a lot of parents will do some trial and error, right? Now that you have like maybe 2 good weekends before school officially starts, is it probably a good idea to give things a practice run to kind of avoid some of the jitters, right?
Very much so. Getting into a great routine, establishing great
kind of maybe like a routine or a structure.
Yes,
so that
yes, a structure, picking a day, a time, and an activity to do while you're doing the hair will help bring in great reactions to getting the hair done. If you make it fun for the kid, they'll be more inviting and more open to do it. But if it's more of a hassle and they're stressed about it, then it's going to make it more of a hassle on you, and you guys will both be frustrated.
And it's going to kind of cause stress for the whole family. Playing
frustrated.
music also helps as well.
Singing, dancing, involving them in the process. You know, if you're putting beads on the hair, you know, and you have a beader, allow them to put the beads on the beader for you and hand them to you. So when they're involved, they're a little bit more engaged and it can go a little bit faster for you guys.
Great tips as always. We appreciate it. Anything to relieve that back to school stress, right?
Yes.
And we have posted some of the info there of the Lab Salon on our screen for folks. Where can they find you?
They can find me at on West 7 Mile at the Lab Salon at 18940 West 7 Mile.
Thank you so much for being here.
And remember to stop getting your hair done and come get it finished.
We appreciate it.